Hi, this is my review of Designers and Dragons, a history of the role-playing game industry, 70-79. Now, this is basically a history book of the RPG industry from the years 70 to 79, and to be honest, at first I was a bit reluctant to purchase it. I am very selective of the history books that I purchase because a lot of them are written by, well, probably quite skilled historians and researchers, but at the same time not very skilled at writing, with not what I would consider a good writing style. But in this case, the book is a pleasure to read. It keeps a level of dryness and objectivity that's constant throughout the entire book, but at the same time it feels like, I don't know, like someone is telling you the story rather than just reading it. Now let's talk about the quality of the PDF. The PDF is pretty good. It has bookmarks and everything is very well organized. It has a lot of small illustrations. Most of them are covers of different role-playing games and supplements. They are in black and white. However, they are quite small, so they're quite easy to look at using the PDF by zooming in. But that could be annoying for people who don't have really good eyesight. The illustrations are quite little. But either way, you have a ton of covers of core books and supplements and expansions, and so it's really nice to see all those old school images. Now let's talk about the contents of the book. The book gives you the story, the trials and tribulations of different companies. It has a very good introduction and forward to what you're about to read. And you can see how a lot of companies had to face all sorts of challenges just to exist and develop as a company. And so it's quite interesting. First, you have a pretty large history of TSR, and then you have companies such as Flying Buffalo, Games Workshop, GDW, Judges Guild, other companies later on as Metagaming Concepts, Fantasy Games Unlimited, Chaosium, Game Science, Heritage Models. Later on you get Grimoire Games, Daystar West Media, Midkemia Press, and then you get an appendix with 10 things you might not know about role-playing in the 70s. And at the end you get an appendix with different bibliography links and if you want to continue reading, links to websites and other books. So I find it a bit difficult to say if this is a book that is right for you. If you're looking for something that's completely, I don't know, it has a lot of tongue-in-cheek anecdotes, this isn't exactly the book. If you want something like that, I would recommend the 4 Years of Gen Con book. But if you're interested in the history of role-playing games and becoming somewhat of a connoisseur or a scholar, this is the book that you are searching for. And everything is very well structured in the sense that you have a sort of chronology of the progress of the industry as a whole, not just by the looks of individual companies. And it's quite interesting to see how a lot of companies follow a similar pattern, and this pattern can also be seen in other companies, not just RPG related companies. For example, I've noticed the following pattern. Maybe this is common or I don't know, quite easy to understand for students of the industry and administration. But almost all the companies start really well with a couple of gamers or more just joining in and producing these great games, focusing on the fun of it. And there comes a time when their company grows to a certain level that they want to produce something bigger, they want to take a risk. And here is kind of like, I don't know, like the fatal turn of events, because they usually borrow money from someone, they ask someone's economic help, and this is when things start turning bad, in my opinion. usually the person who gives them the money starts taking control of the company, and then the gamers who originally created the company, they get kicked out of that company, and the person in charge is no longer a gamer, but it kind of looks like a corporate climber of sorts, and who doesn't care about the beauty of the game, and instead is just focusing on making a lot of money, even if the company dies. And that person is only thinking about filling his or her pocket with money, and then just letting the company die just like that. And you can see it by the companies I mentioned a while ago. You're probably guessing the different companies I am referring to, but that's not. It's not everything so tragic as that. There are also some pretty amazing companies who have managed to survive even these days. They are pretty strong, in my opinion, or at least are holding out pretty well, such as Chaosium and Flying Buffalo. They're doing pretty well. Now, I could mention some companies that are in my opinion, in a state of decline, but I don't want to start like a war, because some people are really passionate about certain companies, and if I mention some of the ones that I talked about a few minutes ago, it's probably going to turn a bit sour, but you have to judge for yourself and read the states, the evolution and the different changes that different companies go through. And as I was telling you, this covers the years from 1970 to 79. But even though it's not such a large period, you have a lot of information. It's basically about 400 pages of information, more or less. So if you're looking for like a scholarly book that doesn't feel boring at all, this is the book for you. So you can start understanding how the RPG industry is constantly evolving, and I really like this book. You should definitely get it. Well, thanks for watching my review. If you have any comments or questions, please let me know. See you later.